Thank you guys today for joining. My name is Will Higgins, and this is the Millennial Agent Mastermind Group. Again, this is a safe space. My goal here is to help all realtors out. It's tough out there, and there's a lot of different directions you can take your business. I've been fortunate enough to meet some really great people in the industry. Along in my short time in the industry. But we have some great conversations, and this is an opportunity for me to pass on some of that information. So again, I'm calling it coaching through conversations. Again, it's a safe space. If you have any questions, feel free to bring those up. But I'm excited about today. I have a good friend of mine. Her name is Tanisha Lusk. She is an agent in Dallas. I don't say this about many people, but if I had to pick between she and I, it'd be tough. It'd be tough because she's that good. Her business is solely based on referrals, and she's coaching me. So, guys, I'm going to be taking notes just like you're taking notes. So enjoy. Please ask any questions you have. But with further ado, I'm going to bring in Tanisha. Tanisha, how you doing?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Really good, really good. Let me bring you in so everybody can see you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
Um,
Perfect.
looks like you're gonna have to upgrade your video just like I upgraded mine.
Yeah. Fancy. You always fancy with this tech stuff.
What's up, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, I gotta stay on you. I gotta stay on you. I gotta stay on you.
No. I just
But no, thank you again for joining. We have some great conversations. We haven't known each other that long, but I feel like it's been
mm-mm.
forever. You know what? Let me go back. I actually met Tanisha because I had a good friend of mine that was actually moving to Dallas. And for all you who really aren't on social media, I think you're missing out because it was my client that searched social media, searched the hashtags, and he said, "Hey, I want you to interview." He sent me 2 or 3 agents to interview. He was like, "Hey, I want you to interview her." Did you know
Mm-hmm.
that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. That's how we found you. So
Wow.
I found her. I searched. I looked on her social media on her Instagram, and I knew then that she was the one. But she helped my good friends, and then shortly after, I had more friends moving to Dallas, and she helped them.
Mm-hmm.
So she was definitely my go-to in Dallas. I'm extremely appreciative of her and kind of what she's done for my folks. So again, if any of you are moving to Dallas or know someone in the Dallas area
Yes.
that's looking to buy, sell, invest, holler at my girl Tanisha. Of course, come through me first so I can get the referral. But make sure you holler at Tanisha because she's my go-to. But definitely, but again, so the reason I have her here, we had a conversation, and Tanisha was like, was it 80% of your business?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 80%.
She said 80%.
Mm-hmm.
80%, guys, came from referral. And I was
Mm-hmm.
mind blown because again, I'm still young in the business, but I'm scrapping for every client I can get. So everything is new. I don't get many referrals, and I was like, well, we need to talk about this. So you're not getting off the hook by saying you've done 80% referral. I'm not going to ask questions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us your story, Tanisha. Tell us your story.
So I am a native to the Dallas area. I've been in the real estate business for going on 9 years. So of course, this is something that I enjoy and passionate about doing. And so when I got into the business, I actually came from a retail banking background that involves heavily in relationships and customer service. So I knew once I got transitioned into real estate that I wanted to keep those relationships going But then I had to take it to the next level and say, okay, what does that look like? If somebody buys a house, then how do I stay in contact with them? Because then I've already taken care of what they needed. So I just really focus on the relationship. I took it back, when you were a child. When you were a child, you start thinking about the milestones in your life, your birthdays. You remember the special events that happen in your life, and so you want to kind of piggyback on that and be intentional. Honestly, I will say that has contributed to how I got started was being intentional and making sure that my clients knew that I respected who they were as a person, not as a commission.
Okay. So I definitely understand that. Yeah, you don't want to be the agent out there for, for the commission. Because at the end of the day, it's really not about the money. The money is a result of you, doing a great job for people. And again, I can attest that she definitely does a great job. But again, tell us how you do it. Like, what is it that you do that makes people want to give you referrals? Like, and what are there parts in the transaction? Is there one thing you can point to that you do? How do you start the conversation? I know there's a million questions, but start somewhere.
Yeah.
Give us something.
Yeah. Yes. So I start the conversation of helping them understand why I do what I do. To understand why you do what they do, then that's when they start caring. If they don't know why you get up, you do this job, you take care of them, if they don't know that why, then you can't expect them to be a support of that why. So when I do my buyer consultations, when I do my listing presentations, of course, 80% of my business comes from referrals. So of course, I'm meeting them because I've worked with somebody that they know. So I piggyback that conversation. Do you know why such and such referred you to me? Not only because I was able to get them the result, but because they had a good experience and they had good customer service. So honestly, every conversation is about that. I actually have a flyer that I put in my presentation that identifies why I choose to work by referral. Mm-hmm. And I explain with them that by working by referral, I can promise that they have a good customer service experience, and I can cater to them, because if they don't have an experience, I'm not going to get that referral.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So when they do that, if anything, they know my why. They know that I want them to have a good experience. I want to be their realtor for life. And I'm not just here for the transaction. I'm here after the transaction for many years to come. Mm-hmm. So they'll get birthday cards from me. They'll get wedding anniversary cards from me. They'll get home anniversary cards from me. They'll get some type of touch from me after the sale of the home to let them know, I see you, I still care about you, and I'm still your realtor for life.
Right. But again, I think all of us are doing that to some extent. But again, we're not seeing the results. It was one thing that you told me. You said that you had to make them understand that you have a family and you're doing this for your family. Because my fear personally, I believe that I muted my success because I didn't want people to think, oh, he's making all this money. He doesn't need, any more business. He's fine. And that's absolutely untrue.
No.
It's not about that. It's not about that. But again, as a black female, as a black person, that's how people think sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's unfortunate, but that's how people think sometimes. And I've had to get out of that. Whereas, so you know what? I'm successful, and I'm going to show that success for me because I feel like it's going to possibly motivate somebody else from that perspective. But I think that if these people care about me and my family, and I think, and I've done that, from our conversations, these are two things that I've done. I've created, if you're big on Instagram, there's a feature where it's close friends. So I've created a close friends group, and that's all my past clients, close friends, anybody that will refer. And because of Tanisha and our conversation, group, I will post more personal stuff, because you are
Mm-hmm.
you have a family,
Yeah.
you have people that you take care of, and the business that they bring you, because I mean this business is so hard, but the business that
Mm-hmm.
they bring you helps you feed, clothe, take care of
Yeah.
your family. So tell us about the videos
So
that you.
yeah. So with the video, so you're right, Will. So when I first got into the business, I was very private. I didn't want anyone to know that I had a certain number of kids because I do have a large family. Um, because I didn't want them to
Tell us
form
how
their
many.
own
Tell us how
judgment.
many. Yeah, tell us
Four,
how many. Exactly. That's
four.
huge. To do what she does with 4 kids. But go ahead. Go ahead.
So I didn't want them in my world because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want the judgment to come and say, "Oh my gosh, she's a mom, she's a wife, she's busy, she's always busy, she's never going to have enough time for me." So it did. The first 3 years of my business, I did not. I didn't talk about my family. I didn't talk about my kids. I didn't talk about anything. I was as private to the point where when I was pregnant with our youngest child, and I would talk to clients over the phone, and when they meet me for the first time, that's when they knew I was pregnant, and I would just blow it off. Yeah, I'm pregnant. Okay, come on, let's keep it moving. Until when I had her, I knew that I had to make a change in my business. I knew that I had to be more intentional. So then my coach, I have a business coach with Brian Buffini, and they were like, Tanisha, you got to let them in your world. They have to know that you care, but if they don't know, if you can't tell them about your family and you can't be transparent with them, they're not going to see that you care. So that's when I had my first client event. And it was kind of like an announcement because I had won the Best D Magazine Award for Dallas. And so it was kind of like an announcement to them, a gratitude, appreciation for them to come. But when they came, I had my dad there, I had my sisters there, I had my mom there, I had my kids there, my husband, because I wanted them to see that I have a huge support behind me, and this is why I do what I do. So when I asked for their referrals, and I asked them, I said, okay, hey, I would love the opportunity to work your referrals, because without your referrals, I'm not able to take care of Xavier, Kiana, Mia, Jackson, Brian. So when I say those names, they see a face.
Right.
They see that I'm human. They see that my life is no different from theirs. We're just doing something. They're in corporate, I'm an entrepreneur, so our worlds are the same, but they see that, oh my gosh, Tanisha is working so hard, not just for her, she's working hard for those individuals that she has to support and she has to take care of.
Yes.
So
Yeah. That's huge, Tanisha. I mean, it's huge because again, in this industry, and you'll notice with my live stream, this industry is mostly women, and for
mhm,
her to be a woman that's doing extremely well, but she feels that she can't show her family, or show
mhm,
that she has a family, that's something that has to change. And
yeah,
again, on my show, if you'll notice, I feature, it's mostly going to be women on here. Um, she's doing the damn thing, and she's doing the damn thing, and I definitely I look up to her, and it sucks that she had to be that way for 3 years.
yeah.
Uh, but so 3 years, and so that was one of my questions. Though, was there a point in your career when you can say um, that your business turned? Was it at this 3rd year mark when you started putting that out there? You started
Yes.
getting referrals?
Yeah, so one of the things is, if you heard that slogan, they always say, oh, tell your clients you're never too busy for your referrals.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that the first 3 years, but I wasn't getting anything. So I was like, okay, I need to switch this. I need to internalize this, because what happens is when majority of your clients are in corporation, when they don't go to work, what happens? They still get paid. You have paid time off. They have vacation. You have sick time. But for us, when we don't get up and go to work, which means that if we're not out serving a client, we are potentially not going to have an income.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to flip it, and I had to say, without your referrals, I'm not able to take care of such and such, such and such, such and such. So then they can contribute that a relationship, because then they can know a relationship is in correlation to a commission. It's
Mm-hmm.
in correlation to income that I can use to support my kids and my family. So when I noticed that I was using it and there was no results, that's when I internalized it and I tricked it. And I was like, okay, I need to personalize this. I need for them to be in my world and to know that even though they're in corporate, I still do, I still go to work and I still get a commission, but however, my pay process is different.
Right.
So when I did that, that's when everything switched. And of course, by me having that client event, now my client sees not only by giving me a referral, it helps take care of my family, but I'm also able to give them experiences.
Right. So talk about that. You said the client event. What if we don't have a big budget? What did that client event cost you?
Keep it simple. My first client event, I spent $1,000.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay.
And it was simple. I rented a community park, which the park I think was $100, and only because I had covering. So we had the park. I had a client who had just moved to the area that wanted to boost his business, and he was a DJ. So he came and DJ for a certain amount, a small amount. And then I had, just box lunches. What else? You don't have to have party favors because everybody's communicating. Everybody's coming with at a good time. I mean, it was $1,000. That's it.
Okay. Okay. No, I definitely get it, and I think some of us we think too much about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a victim of that. It has to be perfect. It has to be this. It has to be that. We're looking at what other folks are doing, and it's really not about them. It's about you, the value you bring to your clients, and I think it's just the thought. That's what I'm getting at. It's just.
I mean, if anything, you want to create a community.
Yes.
Yes, they all know me, but the community is, what does Tanisha provide us? So that way, as one client is talking to another client, the conversation is going to be the same. They're going to talk about the service that they had, the great experience that they had, the memories that they are creating in their home.
Yeah.
And by that, you're creating a community that will in turn benefit one another.
Yes, because everybody's there for you. And I think the opening question to everybody is, how do you know Tanisha?
Yeah.
How do you know Tanisha? And at the end of the day, they're all talking about you.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. And it's just mainly their experience and their service, which in returns, their experience and their services becomes a life embedded memory in their brain.
Yeah.
That they're going to always remember.
What about this, Tanisha? Where are your referrals coming from? You said corporate. Do you have corporate partnerships? Is it clients, agents? Is there a percentage? Tell us about it.
So my 80% referrals, it comes as just like not one particular chain. When I say a referral, is meaning that I did not have to pay to get in relationship with somebody that meets me. Mm-hmm. So the referral is going to be a past client, whether they are referring their friends, their family, their coworkers. And also you have your agent to agent referrals. Just like you found me on Instagram, a lot of other agents are following me on Instagram, and they may be looking for a realtor in the Dallas, area. And, my Instagram is going to prove that I'm experienced at what I do. And I love what I do. So they reach out.
And another thing I want to point out, you guys need to go and follow Tanisha. Tanisha doesn't have a huge following. You don't have to have 10,000 people following you to monetize, to get business from your Instagram. And I think people think that. They think I have to have this really large following and then I'm going to get people. No, I mean, if you're laser focused, and again, hers is mostly business. People that are following her for business, So definitely
you have to start. Yeah, you just have to start somewhere, and you have to start small. and you just have to be intentional. Just the great thing about us being in real estate and having our own businesses, we get to be who we are.
Yeah.
So just be who you are, and you're gonna attract business due to your natural talent and you being who you really are, and not having to do this because somebody's doing this, or do this because somebody's doing this. No, just get out there and just have fun.
Yeah. No. Well, I definitely appreciate everything you've contributed today. I'd like to open it up. Looks like we have about 17 people on. If you guys have any questions, please submit those questions for Tanisha, for me, and I will get those on the screen. Let's see.
Yeah. And while you're looking, I can give them like tips. If you say, hey, I'm a new agent, I don't have extensive budget. Starting out, my budget was $100 a month.
And that's on client events or stuff for clients?
That was before year 3.
Okay.
So, you're starting out, you're trying to get your momentum, but you want to dabble into people who already know you.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to say, okay, identify what you want to spend a month. And my budget was $100. And with that $100, I went to Dollar Tree. I don't know if y'all have a Dollar Tree where you all are, but you can get 2 cards for $1. So I would get birthday cards. I would get St. Patrick's Day cards. I would get Easter cards. I would get Merry Christmas. Every month, my clients were getting some type of collateral from me, but the collateral was more personalized. And if you think about it, if you do your calendar for the entire year, every month something's going on. It's somebody's birthday, somebody's anniversary, or it's somebody's holiday.
Okay, I have a few questions. I'm going to pop those in.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I get that a lot. If I don't have kids, what is my story? Talk about your parents. Bring your parents in a mix, because at some point in your life, you're going to have to be a financial provider for your parents. Talk about your nieces and nephews. Talk about your cousins. Just talk about the loved ones that are dear to your heart, because by them supporting you, you will be able to support them. And so you bring them in your videos, you bring them in your photos that you send out to them. So you can say, hey, because of your referrals, I was able to pay for my nephew's birthday party, or I was able to take him on a trip that he's always wanted to go to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And here's another one.
Did you send your clients anything? So for their birthdays, I send them a scratch off lottery ticket. And I put on the inside, I'll put, if you win the lottery, don't forget about your girl.
So it sounds
it's the little stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I tell you all the time. It's the little things, and I miss it. The soft things. With me being a guy, but yeah, it's really the little things,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't. It looks like I can't really point to one major thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's cumulative. It seems like the things accumulate.
Yeah.
But congrats, you've been able to build an amazing business based off referrals. And I think, I don't know if it's just me speaking, but that's where you want to be in real estate. You know what I mean? Yes. I don't, guys, I'm talking to so many people every day just to get one transaction. When if I could hone in and figure this whole thing out, and we're going to get there, Tanisha, you're going to help me get there. We're going to get there. Where if I can get referrals from folks, it just makes your job, your life, everything so much easier. And when I do get a referral, man, I try to take care of that person, because think about it, you don't have any acquisition cost, for that person.
Yeah.
And they know your value. They want to work with you. So that's the goal in our business. So I definitely want to take this opportunity to thank Tanisha for joining us. Please do me a favor, go out and follow her. She's at Tanisha Lusk _realty. So I think it's in the post below. So check the comments in the post. And please do me a favor, go out and follow her. But thank you guys for tuning in. Please, again, subscribe to the channel. We're doing this weekly. The video will be live on my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please submit those. But follow me on Instagram at @WillHiggins__. Hit the subscribe button to see future videos. That's all we have for today. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great
Yes, thanks, Will.
Yep, anytime.
Yes.